You are listening to This Podcast Could Have Been an Email, presented by Berkshire Community College.
Welcome to This Podcast Could Have Been an Email. We are broadcasting or recording live on Halloween.
Halloween, yeah. October 31st.
And I'm sitting here dressed as Shaggy.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I was going to dress up. But last year I dressed up as the Queen herself. I went as the one and only Dr. Quinn, and I couldn't top that. So I was like, you know what, I'm good. I'm not going to dress. Although I had a whole plan. I went as Halloween this year as June George, Regina George's mom, obviously. And
you got that in early this time.
I know.
Yeah,
so
it was good.
This is my Mean Girls reference for the episode. I was going to dress as her and make it super meta, but I don't know. I don't know if I wanted Ellen to see me dressed in a pink jumper, although I'm not sure she's here today.
She's not here today.
So I could have pulled it off. But your Shaggy I was Shaggy in 2018 with Teddy. Your hair is much better than mine.
What's fun, so I got added to this group like at the very last minute. I think someone else bailed. And I literally ran over to the Halloween store this morning, and they not only did they have a wig, it was like marketed as a Shaggy wig. Yeah.
It's much better than mine. And your color shirt is better than mine, too. So
Thank you.
It's the right color. So Scooby-Doo was my childhood. It was my favorite show ever growing up, like ever. So
it's a great show.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a little awkward. We're like all sitting here in costumes or not.
Yeah. I'm not. Sorry.
But we are here with our friends from Workforce, Tiffany Moreno, Jess Pemble, and Eilis Maynard, who are all program managers in workforce development. Welcome to This Podcast Could Have Been an Email.
Thank you. Hey there. How's it going?
Good. Hi, Eilis.
Hi.
You've got a great
Great to be here.
You've got a great voice for podcasting.
She really does.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. I get that a lot.
When I pitched this to Linda and to Jen, I was like, I'm going to bring on the 3 program managers. And they're like, just please let Eilis talk. She's going to get run over by those 2. I was like, okay, I'll make sure to pointedly call out Eilis regularly so that Jess and Tiffany don't run her over, as Linda said.
Eilis used to work in our division and abandoned us. So,
That's exactly what happened.
all things are fair in podcasting and war. I think right before we got started, we were talking about scary movies, and Tiffany, you were talking about Freddy Krueger, I think.
Yeah, it was an old Freddy Krueger TV series that a lot of people don't remember, but it was an actual show on
Really?
TV.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Was it a cartoon?
No, it was a live action TV show. Yeah.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah. Was it any good?
I mean, I was obsessed with it, but I was also a kid.
Yeah. No, I never heard of it. No, I'm not one of I don't do when I do like Halloween for like films, it's always like classics, but it's never like the gory ones, except for Scream. Obviously, you have to watch Scream. But like the Freddy Kruegers and the Jasons and all, like the Nightmare, I don't do them.
My brother and I went to the original Scream in the movie theater. I worked at a movie theater, my first job ever. I've seen every movie that came out in 1995. Because I got paid $4.25 an hour with no opportunities for advancement or raises. But you got a pass where you could go to a movie for free with another person.
Yeah.
So my brother and I saw every movie.
What was the best movie of '95 that you saw?
Pulp Fiction.
Oh, okay.
And
You were way too young to watch that.
Still might be the best. Still might be the best movie I've ever seen.
Wow,
but
okay. All right.
how about you two? Favorite Halloween scary movie?
See, I'm a wuss. I can't watch the scary stuff like Jonah. Like the gory stuff does not sit well with me. So if I do watch that, if I get suckered into it, I have to watch it during the day so I don't have nightmares. But I think the Scream is probably the best for me that I can handle.
It's also funny, not scary.
Absolutely.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Exactly.
I also avoid scary movies at all costs.
Wow, we should not have got you guys on for Halloween.
I know. What a bummer, right? But I do remember watching Rear Window when I was younger.
Yeah.
That's a good
Hitchcock
movie.
and whoo, that's a suspenseful one.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. I watched that in a class. I took film studies in high school, and my teacher was obsessed with Hitchcock. It's like all we did was watch Hitchcock.
I think I've seen it. I don't remember. There's also I don't know. Anyway. Moving on. Tiffany, what do you do for a living?
I work here.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm trying to get us into the content. So, what's your title? Just program manager. It used to be program manager with a bunch of like commas in there. What was the rest of it?
Yeah, it used to be a program manager for health and wellness and social assistance.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
But so my main focus was a lot of the healthcare courses that we were offering under workforce development.
Yeah.
Now we've broadened it a little bit so that I can take on some additional programmings that aren't necessarily tied into healthcare.
And then, Jess, you've had 2 titles in this area.
So I came onto the workforce department as the administrative assistant. And then I was promoted to program manager. So from that, I took over some of Tiffany's healthcare programs, and also oversee a whole variety of different programming, from paraprofessional to RBT to IT. Yeah. So
what was it like getting promoted here without abandoning your division?
It's a wonderful opportunity. I knew coming into working for the workforce, I was in the right department based off of what I previously done in my past, and knowing the value that I saw working with the students and stuff, I didn't want to leave. So when it became available, I jumped on applying right away so that I can help as many people as possible.
And in fairness to our listeners, Eilis was in a position filling behind somebody who was on leave, and she did not abandon us. And I'm very happy that you still work on our campus. But we would love to hear about what you do.
Yeah, thanks for correcting the record there. I did not abandon. I worked very hard to stay here because I enjoy working here so much. In my job, I'm a program manager for Workforce Success and Readiness, so I work closely with Jess and Tiffany on the front end of training, enrolling, intake, and assessment for new students, and then on the other end of training, career services, helping them find jobs, prepare for interviews and applications, and all of that.
And you're all in my old offices in the old marketing suite where I was founded, and now you guys have my space. They painted it for you, just so you know, so you're welcome. I put that request in 2019, and then they finally did it, and I was moved out. So, Jess and I also ran cross country together.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. I didn't believe her.
Actually, I did. You told me this before.
I didn't believe her, and then you're like, no, I'm literally a few years older than you. We went to school together. Like, we ran cross country. Like, you were really bad at it, and I was like, oh well, I don't have any recollection of that. She comes in with the yearbook for me in my freshman year, which, by the way, I don't own a yearbook because I don't believe it. I think yearbooks should not exist because I would look terrible in all of my photos. But she comes in like, I blocked out cross country. Apparently. I mean, of course I did. Cross country was literally the worst. Remember our coach?
I thought you didn't remember it.
I remember our coach because he was the worst. Anyway.
Aww.
Yeah.
You did just fine.
No, I didn't. I literally was in the back of the pack eating Skittles and playing with my bunny rabbit. What is it called? The bunny toe?
Yeah.
What is it called? The Lucky Rabbit's foot.
Oh yeah,
Bunny toe.
I was like, Jonah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Once again, Jonah.
He was like
champions though.
He was swinging it on his finger, which no one could see. So two quick connections. I also ran cross country in high school, but I lived somewhere else, so I don't know how terrible your coach was. And yearbook was a huge deal where I went to high school. So my brother was a yearbook editor, my sister-in-law was a yearbook editor, my wife was a yearbook editor. They would win like national awards for yearbooks. Wow. I was not a yearbook editor.
I didn't even own one. So
I own them. We own 2 copies of most of them at my house because I married someone I graduated from high school with. I think this is a good time to take our first break, and we'll try to get a little bit more serious on this holiday Friday.
Very unlikely. You're listening to this podcast could have been an email from Berkshire Community College. Did you know that starting on Friday, December 5th, and running for 2 weekends at the Boland Theater Stage, the BCC Players will present A Winter's Tale by William Shakespeare and directed by Grace Kelly. General admission is $15, but staff and students can get in for $10. A quick ChatGPT search says that this show by the famous bard involves key themes around jealousy, betrayal, loss, redemption, and forgiveness, similar to how teams react to the weekly scores posted for Berk's Fitness Battle. So get your tickets for A Winter's Tale starting on December 5th at berkshircc.edu/BCCplayers.
Welcome back to the second segment of, I really made a lot of noise with that sheet of paper. This podcast could have been an email. It's really, I have to read it every time, even though I'm the one who came up with the name. I just can't remember, and I don't want to get it wrong. So just to pull the curtain back for our listeners, we're doing this differently. We all have headphones on, and Eilis and Jess are sharing a microphone. Elsie had to come out and do technical assistance, so like, just bear with us. We're doing the best that we can today.
This is going to be a very rough episode in general as well as piloting, but also this is our 4th podcast this month.
Yeah.
So like, this one's going to be the one where like we just don't really care. We're going to do the best we can, but like, don't expect it to be the most profesh. That's why I have you guys on last. I figure you wouldn't mind if we're a little like more lackadaisical, and so that was the plan.
So exciting.
So excited to be insulted by the host. That's great.
So this is our second podcast that features workforce development, and we learned from Linda and Jen earlier, whenever that was, that we have like doubled the number of students that are doing workforce. And I'm assuming that you all have new things that you're excited about that you're working on, and I'd love to hear about some of the cool stuff that you have cooking.
Yeah. Okay. I'll run with that. So, from my perspective, through the programs that I'm overseeing, I do a lot with the IT programs. We're rebuilding and restructuring that. We originally had just basic and advanced computer trainings, but we've broadened that. So now we're offering CompTIA certification trainings, Tech Plus and A Plus.
I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
So that's huge, though. That's
so this is
really
for
huge.
those that want to enter into the IT field as a help desk specialist or advance in their careers to go into networking and then, eventually to cybersecurity. So CompTIA creates platforms and pathways for them to progress. So Tech Plus is the very beginning stage where we're offering that to adults, but also to high school seniors throughout Berkshire County. And then we have A Plus, which is the next level advancement from Tech Plus. We did do a cybersecurity through CompTIA, which we had 7 students complete, and they're all within the city of Pittsfield back-end work doing IT specialist for the city. So that was pretty cool. We're also doing an AI fundamentals training course. So that's going to be a 3-session through 2026 with a local partner that we have, Adam Granny from AI Gold Flamingo AI. He's also going to be here for our AI Summit series that we're having in November. So
November 17th.
Yes, come and check it out. Whoever's listening, come and check it out.
In 1995, I believe, there was a really good movie that Sandra Bullock was in called The Net.
Oh my God,
I did see that.
That one was a good movie.
I think it's from 1995.
There's a chance it's actually November 19th and not the 17th. So
Jonah lied.
There's a commercial on this episode about it, so just listen to that commercial. That has the right date. So anyway.
It doesn't. Not only does this sound kind of cool, it feels like it's really what's in demand for 2025.
Yeah, definitely. IT is definitely. We want to make sure that we're staying relevant with the rest of Massachusetts. We want our students to stay here. We want the younger generation from high schools to see that there are possibilities and opportunities for local employment, that they don't have to travel to Boston or Springfield area, that they can stay right here.
That's great.
Yeah.
I have a side story, but I'll wait till y'all are done about the IT stuff that we're doing, which is pretty phenomenal. But Tiffany, what do you do?
So we've got a lot of the same programs that we've been running for a while. So the phlebotomy training, the community health worker training are still standing strong. We have incorporated the EMT training, so the emergency medical technician training.
Oh, yeah.
And what's been really excited about that is that now EMT students will get credit on the credit side for the paramedicine training. So we were very excited for that.
That's great.
We do have a new peer recovery coach training that is on the way. It's going to be starting in December, and that'll get you the full 60 hours needed for state certification when you go to apply for that as well. And a couple of supplemental trainings to kind of add on for CEUs for some credentialing. So what was it? I can't even think today. It's Halloween and my brain is like completely fried on a Friday afternoon.
A lot of sugar.
Too much sugar.
The best time to have a be fried is during a podcast when we're asking you very pointed questions.
Yeah, of course.
Remind me what a CEU is.
So continuing education units. We got a case management series class for continuing education units for our community health worker students. So when they go to apply for certification in 2 years, they have to reapply.
Yeah.
So this will help them get there.
That's great.
Eilis, obviously the last one, so you have to go now.
Okay. Things I'm working on. So
She really swung that microphone like a
really
pro.
did.
That was
It
the longest.
very
yeah.
aggressive.
It's not your first time on a podcast, is it?
You know, I've been around the podcasting block. Just kidding.
Or are you?
No, I'm extremely nervous. So things I've been working on are not necessarily new, but our team just expanded when I joined at the end of May. We also got a new administrative assistant. So now that our team is bigger, we have more power, and we can work on standardizing and improving some of our processes to make sure that, like, these two heroes, Jess and Tiffany, have been like out there doing everything for all of these courses, which is a huge amount of administrative work and organization, project management. So it's really great that we now can support them so they can really focus on the things they need to focus on, and we can take over some of that load. So I've been working on redoing our enrollment process, assessing skills before students enter courses, and doing a longer intake interview to get to know them better, figure out their learning styles and their career goals and how we can best support them and help them have like a fulfilling educational experience with us.
That's great. It's never happened in my time here. We've never had the dedication to an orientation process as well for our workforce students. We've always had orientation for our for-credit students. It's just built into the academic calendar. But thinking we're really getting to a space where your team is really treating all students as students and not differentiating between non-credit and for-credit, and I think it's brilliant. I've been advocating for this as long as I've been here. I am a workforce alum. It's my only relationship to the college. Everyone else in my family went here as for-credit. I'm only here as a workforce alum, so my heart is in workforce. And so what you're doing is just fantastic. I'm very excited. So
amazing. Yeah, we actually had our first ever orientation this past September, and it went really well.
Yeah.
It was super fun. And we're going to have our first ever graduation in January, celebrating all the students who went through trainings this fall. So we're all really looking forward to that.
That's great. I mean, it's really comprehensive. I like the way that Tiffany talked about what did I like that you talked about? You talked about something I really like. I like the interplay between for credit and not for credit. I like the way that, Jess, you talked about programs that are really in demand so that we're serving the community. As we always like to say, community is our middle name. Yep. It feels very comprehensive and really well aligned with our mission. So I think that brings us up to our next break, and we'll be right back after this.
Here's an idea. Discover how artificial intelligence is reshaping our world at AI for All, the first session in BCC's new State of Work Summit Signature Series, presented by Workforce and Community Education on November 19th, 2025, 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. for a fee of $50. This dynamic half-day event explores the essential concepts, tools, and real-world applications of AI, making this powerful technology understandable and useful for everyone. Registration begins at 8:30 a.m. in the Kutzevitsky lobby. Space is limited, so buy your tickets now at berkshirecc.edu/summit.
Welcome back to This Podcast Could Have Been an Email, which I just did without reading it.
We're getting there. Episode 12, but we almost know the title.
Almost. I think we'd like to hear from all three of you. And Jonah, you're welcome to answer this question too. If there's someone in your life that inspires you, and what is it about them that you find so inspirational? Tiffany's like saying someone else answer it.
First, yeah.
And just go with Linda and suck up.
She listens to the podcast, Tiffany. Just say Linda. My first memory was of Mayor Linda Tyre. She was amazing. And, when she came Linda Claremont, she just became better. So let's talk about her. There you go.
I mean, for me, it's board chair Julia Bowen.
Can I say something that's super embarrassing about that?
Yes.
I did not know who Linda was until we met her during when we were doing the interviews for her. I didn't know who she was.
Really?
I did not.
You didn't know she was the former mayor of Pittsfield for 8 years?
Nope, I did not.
I don't think that's embarrassing at all. I think it means that you pay attention to other stuff.
Yeah, just not like local politics.
Clearly.
That's great. Anyway, so who feels inspired over there?
I'm always inspired. So I'm going to go the cliche route and say that somebody in my life is my mom. So she was part owner of Rathbone's Auto Body Shop in Pittsfield on South Merriam Street.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, her and two of my uncles. it was family run by my grandfather for many, many, many years. And then my grandfather decided to retire, and my mom and two of my uncles, so she comes from a family of 6, and they took over, and she ran it with my uncles up until, I want to say, 3 years ago when they closed down. And she is just the epitome of hard work. I mean, she would come home dirty. She'd be sweeping floors, doing Bondo, customer service and everything. And she always relayed to me that not to rely on anybody else. You go out and you do the work yourself, and you do it to the best of your ability. And if you're not doing your best, she knows. Yeah. So.
Well, now I'm inspired.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She must be, because I know you and I know your brother, and you're both pretty amazing people in your own right.
Thank you. Aww.
Tell your mom to listen to our podcast.
Believe me, she's already waiting for the link for it. So.
We could spend the rest of the podcast making fun of your brother and then not have him listen to it.
We could talk about Mr. Sheehan. It's fine.
Eilis, do you have someone?
There I go with the swing again.
I just can't wait for these two to break into a Wilson Phillips song.
It's gonna happen at the end.
We were practicing before this. Yeah, I think so. The job I worked before this, I had this supervisor who I thought was super inspiring. She was very quiet, didn't take center stage, hated center stage, but was like the most efficient worker I've ever met in my life. Like, she never made mistakes. I don't think I saw her make a mistake in 4 years. But at the same time, she was not just task focused, right? She was like an excellent manager. Her open door policy was actually an open door policy, so you could interrupt her doing whatever, and she had time, and she would listen. And if she had judgment, she would hide them very well. So she was like a little bit superhuman, but very quiet and kind of working behind the scenes in a way that I thought was pretty inspiring. I don't think I'll ever obtain her efficiency, but I can try. And I liked her warmth and her investment in her employees, and also her ability to, we worked for the federal government, so sometimes you have to operate under constraints that you don't like so much, and she was really good at helping us manage that.
Sounds like a lot of the adjectives you use are things that people would say about you, to be honest. Warm, efficient, hardworking, independent.
Doesn't like center stage, but gets the job done. Holds back judgment. Oh, there's one. Yeah.
She doesn't sound anything like the buddy cops in the movie Bad Boys that were featured. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, I believe, that also came out in 1995.
Oh my God! Well, that's a nice throwback.
Thanks,
Tiffany. Give us.
I'm just trying to think of the movies that are out when I was
in 1995 when you were working at the movie theater.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. Rob Roy definitely was playing.
Rob Roy,
which is interesting. That's a good Celtic name, and I think we're kind of curious where your name comes from, Eilis.
Right. I've been racking my brain for an interesting story.
I'll just say, so in our last podcast, we had a Jai Jackson, and I explained that as somebody who always has his name mispronounced, I'm always Joshua or Johan or whatever my whole life. I'm very interested in people who have names that are really hard to say, and I've never been able to say your name until Adam goes, it's just like Eilis, like your Eilis, it's how you say it. And I was like, okay, cool. But I'm always like, Eilis, so we can imagine. So what's the derivation?
It is an Irish name. Apparently it's like the Irish version of Elizabeth. Oh. So as a child, I was like, why didn't they just name me Elizabeth?
I have an Elizabeth.
Lucky her. No, I've grown to love my name, but at that phase, I was like the only girl on the local Little League team, and they would be like, Elias, you're up.
Elias. Yeah.
So that was hard. But apparently my parents didn't know how to properly pronounce it until the milkman came by after I was born. And they were like, this is our new daughter's name. And he was like, oh, you say that, Eilis.
You were born at a period of time where you had a milkman?
I guess so. That's weird, right?
Yes, you're younger than me, and I did not have a milkman.
And I grew up in dairy farming, and we didn't have a milkman either.
I mean, it was Maine, the state of Maine.
Never mind. That makes sense.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah.
Well, thanks so much for your question, Jonas. That was really nice.
Jonas,
which is one of my favorite songs from Weezer's the Blue album, which I think may
song.
have come out in 1995.
It might have. Tiffany, you're not off the spot. Yeah,
I'm not off the hook.
Nope.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping.
Nope.
All right. So I had to rack my brain a little bit for this, but one person does definitely stick out in my head, and her name is Diane Thompson. And when I first started working in healthcare, this was a medical technologist who basically took me under her wing and taught me everything she knows about work environment, about, being a professional, understanding everything that's going on within a hospital system. And she just really inspired me to continue learning more. And because of that is where I am today, really. I just kind of took it and ran with it.
I'm surprised you didn't say your husband. No, he's not inspired.
He's inspired by me.
That's fair. That's very fair.
My answer to this question is right now it's definitely my kids. My daughters I'm inspired by. My older daughter is in the throes of applying to college, and she's taking a class that's about 45 minutes away that she has to drive to Tuesday and Thursday morning, and then she goes back up Wednesday night for a discussion group, and she's taking 5 AP classes, and she's also spends all of this time kind of volunteering in the community. She started a food drive at PHS, so I find her very inspirational. My younger daughter is also very involved with student government. She's the PHS rep to the school committee and did that last year as they navigated their waters. Last night I went to this open mic night, and she soloed for the first time. She plays trumpet, and she soloed for the first time in front of all of these people. So I don't know. I mean, they have a pretty amazing mother, but they inspire me to try to show up here and do better every day.
Wow.
I'm just excited when my kids turn in their homeworks. Thanks, Adam, for that. You go.
My older daughter gets home, and she immediately sits down and does homework. And the other night we were like, why don't you take a break? So she's like, yeah, I need to take a break. And she made her lunch for the next day and then sat back down and started doing work again. So, how about you, Jonah?
Mine's always easy. 40 under 40, they asked the question back in 2016 when I won, who inspires you? And it was my mom. It's Nance. It's easy. If anybody knows my mom, she's like 4'2". She's like a dirty little truck driver with too many barnyard animals.
Basically ran the COVID clinic here.
Ran the COVID clinic here. She retired, but she can't retire, so she's still out as a public health nurse taking care of our hill towns and our underserved populations. And she's just my best friend, and she always has been. And it's me. I'm the middle child. I needed that mother's attention my whole life, and I finally got it. I'm definitely her favorite. So.
And we secure her for workforce.
That's true. She does the choke saver trainings here,
right.
and it's hilarious because she's literally 4'2", and like she has to like grab people and do demonstrations, and like it's just hilarious. It's ridiculous.
We also learned that Eilis is also a middle child because when Jonah said that, she like dabbed at him.
Again, it was definitely a dab too. Yeah.
I think it's time for our final break.
It is.
And we'll be right back after this.
Hey, I mentioned this in the last podcast episode, but have you completed your campus climate survey through the Higher Education Data Sharing Consortium yet, or HEDS? This survey is ongoing, so it's taking place from October 20th until November 21st. We first administered the HEDS Campus Climate Survey in spring 2023 to develop baseline data and inform the Strategic Impact Plan. If you have questions about the survey, please reach out to Tony Buckley, Director of Mission, Values, and Community Impact. Please encourage others on campus, students and employees alike, to respond to the survey and make their voices heard.
And we're back. I'm sure people have been fact-checking my 1995 references. I don't stand by those as facts. We often kind of end our segments with asking people something that you're reading or watching or a hobby that you're engaged in, and we'd love to hear from the three of you.
So I am currently obsessed with serial killer shows. It's so bad right now.
You are the best Halloween member of this trio.
You literally are, yeah.
I am currently watching the John Wayne Gacy series on Peacock, and I'm kind of hooked. I just saw the first episode, and I'm like, I gotta go home and watch the rest of this.
Okay, because I saw that preview for that last night, and I was almost going to watch it, but I wasn't sure. So
no, it's pretty good.
Okay, I'll take the recommendation. I'll watch that. Yeah.
Well, I don't write poetry like Adam does, but
it's my niece's having a bat mitzvah this weekend, and I wrote a poem for it. I'm really nervous about because I have to read it in front of like live people.
Oh, you're gonna do just fine. Well, we always go by Tiffany's recommendations of things to watch, and I started to watch Monster And
The Ed Gein one?
Yeah, and I got too nervous after the first episode.
I couldn't with his voice.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
I don't know why they take my recommendations for.
So then I went back to binge watching the first season of Nobody Wants This with Kristen.
Oh, absolutely. Did you watch the second season?
No, I'm excited to start watching it.
It's so good. We just binged that last weekend.
I got
so that'll probably be this week.
We watched the first season. I haven't seen the second season.
I haven't seen the second either, but the first one was really great.
I liked it a lot too.
Hi, it's me. Okay, so I just finished a book. It took me an embarrassingly long time to read it, but it's called A Bee Sting. The writer's last name is Murray. I don't remember his first name, but it's about an Irish family, and it follows each character. It's quite a long book, but it has everything. It has everything you could want in a work of fiction. Oh. There's adultery. There's...
conspiracy, murder.
No murder. Shoot.
Ghosts?
Oh, maybe there is murder. At the end, it's ambiguous.
Wow.
Yep,
is there a magic ring that needs to be thrown into
the Mount Doom?
Into Mount Doom by any chance?
No, it's not that one. Oh. No, but it's good. I recommend.
It doesn't have everything I would want.
Yeah.
Everything I would want.
Yes.
Too many things to count. Reading one of the Shard Lake mysteries. It's taking me forever because I only read before bed, and then I fall asleep within 5 minutes of reading, and I have to reread it again anyway because I don't remember what I read. I'm on book 3 of the Brandon Sanderson's what's it called? Stormlight Archive. Book 3. I'm on chapter 11. I'm just audiobooking through that at like rapid speed, and watching Great British Bake Off. Duh.
I love that
my God.
show.
It's the best show ever made.
I love that show.
And we're in the semifinals this week, so we're very excited. So yeah.
Lizzie and Carrie typically watch that, but they're very into Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, so is my husband.
And I'm home.
Robert Irwin, yeah.
Yeah, I'm home when it's on, and have been. Oh yeah, that's perfect for Colin.
Yeah, he basically is Robert
He
Irwin.
kind of is, yeah. They look a lot alike.
He loves snakes. His dad didn't die by a stingray though. No. But
I'm in book 2 of the Stormlight Archive, and I'm loving it. And I'm reading your book.
Oh, you are?
I am.
All right. Rebecca just finished it, so she gave me lots of funny notes.
I've had it for a while, but I just started it because I was getting through the first Stormlight Archive. Well, thank you 3 for being on. We have really enjoyed it, and I think there's so many cool things going on in Workforce, and it's just going to continue to grow, and a lot of that has to do with the 3 of you. So thank you. I do want to say I think that there might be some breaking news nationally that a federal judge is going to say that the Trump administration needs to release funding for SNAP. I think we've seen federal judges sometimes make rulings and then they get overturned. I do think that this is a moment where we can rally around one another in this community and provide for one another. So I was walking to student engagement earlier and I saw Barb Kotelnicki overwhelmed with bags of things that she was bringing, and I know other people have been bringing things in. There is a link that got sent out by Celia that if you are able to donate anything to our campus cupboard, be much appreciated. I think this is a real moment where we said jokingly earlier the thing about not paying attention to local politics, but all politics are local, and anything that you can do to support your neighbors in this moment and in this time would be appreciated. So thank you for listening as always. This has been a little bit of a marathon of our podcast, but we'll keep them coming, and there's a lot to talk about, a lot of great things happening at Berkshire Community College, and you will listen to this post-Halloween, but it is Halloween, so I'm wishing you all a very happy and somewhat spooky Halloween.
And as always, if you want to be on our podcast, we have no one lined up for November yet, and so if you want to be on our podcast, just find me in the hall and just tackle me and then let me know, and we'll do it. But don't tackle me. I actually break pretty easily, apparently. So let us know, and we'll put you on, and then I just want to thank everyone for listening to this podcast. Could have been an email from Berkshire Community College. Special thanks to Adam Klepetar, my co-host, and to our guests, Tiffany Moreno, Jess, Pemble, and Eilis Maynard, program managers in workforce development. Thank you as well to Alzi Mercado, who helps us in studio and keeps everything on track. And thanks to Dave Cachet at PCTV for publishing our podcast into the world. Special thanks, as always, to you, dear listener, for continuing to support this wee little initiative. And from all of us here at Berkshire Community College and from the folks at this podcast, could have been an email. Just know that my Mean Girls reference was in the beginning of the show, so I'm not doing one here. And you're listening to this podcast, could have been an email from Berkshire Community College.